I'm Beta Lucca and I have raised over $12 million for my 4 startups. Today I'm going to share with you the things that I learned that I wish I knew the first time I did that. Not all businesses are right for investors, and not all investors are the right investors for your company. So before you start considering raising money for your startup, you have to consider what is the business that you're creating, what is the product that you're creating, and what is the size of the market that you're going for. There are various types of businesses. So let's say that you want to build a lifestyle business. You are a YouTuber, so you start monetizing your own videos, versus a company that is actually high growth in a massive market like Amazon. There's also all other types of businesses, like Gary Vaynerchuk has his own consultancy, an agency that provides services to different customers, versus, let's say, WhatsApp reaches millions of people and is highly scalable. And then you have businesses you can monetize really quickly, like let's say that you're gonna resell makeup, versus creating a company like Airbnb, which is a very, very long-term investment until they start seeing money coming into the company. You need to know what type of business you're building. So think about it. And by the way, if you want to learn more about how the mechanics of equity versus investment works for high growth companies, stay tuned until the end because I have a bonus round just for you. Next, your pitch deck. In the past, companies used to write massive documents to write about their business model, everything detailed about their businesses. But nowadays, people don't have time to read all of this. So we moved away from business plans to a pitch deck. In your pitch deck, investors will need to see your company purpose, the problem that you're solving in the world, your solution, which is your product, why now? Why this business needs to exist now? Your financials, your business model, competition. Competition is key. Market size, very, very important. And lastly, but not least, the team that you're building to make that happen. It's important for you to have a demo as well to show how your product works, but also for you to know if you actually can make it, if you can really make that product happen, right? And in addition to that, you can validate if that product is actually fulfilling a need or solving a problem of your desired customer. If you want to check the most iconic pitch decks in history, like the ones from Airbnb, BuzzFeed, YouTube, check out the link below. Wow, it's getting louder. No, don't. Now that you've done the pitch deck, you need your elevator pitch. What is an elevator pitch? It's like a 30 to 60 second business card. Imagine if you bump into someone who could be your investor in an elevator. Let's say you go to a building where Gary Vaynerchuk is, and suddenly you bump into him in an elevator. That's amazing for you to have your 30 to 60 second elevator pitch ready to pitch to him, right? Oh, and make sure that in your elevator pitch, you have the big vision of your company and why you are the one who's gonna make it really big. Now, team. I made some huge mistakes with team in the past. I'm a multi-potentialite. I'm the kind of founder who actually has really brilliant ideas, and I'm also a computer scientist, so I know the things that are possible to be done. But I'm not a specialist, so I really need to surround myself with people who have deep expertise in technology or sales, even production of games, in my particular case at Bossa Studios, right? When you're building a company, when you're building a startup, what you want is to increase the chances of you succeeding. So you need to have the right mix of founders and team. But also it's very important for investors for them to understand how the dynamics of the team work so that they de-risk their investment in you. Remember, investors are not investing in the horse, they're investing in the jockey. So you've got your deck, you've got your dream team, you have your demo, you validated your market, and now you can see traction. And then you want to go and pitch to the investors finally, right? Let me tell you something that is very important for you to know. Only 0.05% of startups raise funds. It's really, really slim chance for you to be maybe the next Facebook or the Airbnb or the SpaceX. Brace yourself to go into the rabbit hole of rejection. I've been there and it was horrible. It was literally like my second company. If it wasn't for my co-founder to say, Roberta, let's go, we can make this, I was totally deflated. Because it's rejection, right? It's like you talk to 100 investors and maybe one is gonna say yes to you. Remember, it can take between 3 to 6 months for you to raise funds for your startup. So you have to be prepared to be deflated. You have to be prepared to go into this game, but when you have a yes, it's gonna be pretty amazing and massively rewarding. If you don't have a pre-established network of investors for you to pitch your idea to, it can be very difficult for you to get through. You don't want to go to LinkedIn and find investors and send a cold email. They're not going to respond to you. But the best way that you can do that is actually to streamline your exposure through accelerators. There are great accelerators in the world: Techstars, Combinator, and 500 Startups. They have applications throughout the year. The other way that you can consider as well to raise funds, it's crowdfunding. So if you have like a game or a product that is very much consumer-led, even if it's like a new brand of a beer, there are places like Kickstarter and Indiegogo that are just perfect for you to raise funds from the crowd. And usually those ones don't even require you to share, any equity of your business against the investment. But also there are crowdfunding platforms that are a little bit more serious on that front, like Crowdcube and Seeders. You raise funds for your startup against equity. And typically what you're gonna find there is a bunch of, early stage angel investors who want to invest a little bit of money into super exciting businesses. Lastly, I think you should consider also grants. If you are in the UK, for instance, the government has a series of grants, things that are related to innovation in tech, in media, in all sorts of areas. So I do recommend you to check that as well. You made it to the bonus round. If you are into the high growth route of your startup, bear in mind that investors are going to invest in your company against equity, meaning you're going to have a share of ownership given away to them against the money. It's fine if you share a portion of ownership with them because you want their money to help you make the pie bigger, and they expect being in this business with you for the next 5 to 10 years so that the pie is really big, like usually 10 times bigger than it is when they invested. But if you are in the beginning of the journey of a startup and you're raising angel or seed round, you don't want to give more than 30% of your company. If they want more than 30%, just say no. Of course, you have a massive bargain power if you have a kick-ass team. Silicon Valley went through many cycles of startups, so nowadays they have a lot of investors who have quite a lot of money who wants to invest in the next generation of founders. In those places, if you have a great team and a great idea, chances are you're going to be able to negotiate or raise a little bit more than you expected to raise in a seed round. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments which part you thought was most useful for you. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you next week. Well, last one was terrible. If you want to learn how to overcome your fear of failure, go here. If you want to randomly try a new video that YouTube is going to suggest you to watch, go here.